Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm Cristo and this is the Pacific Prosperity Campaign in Black Ice. We have launched our invasion of China. Progress is slow so far. I'm hopeful that we'll be able to gain some momentum. We have been launching this naval invasion, our second, into the Shandong Peninsula. Yeah, it's written right there, Cristo. Shandong Peninsula. We've currently got our entire fleet sitting off the side providing shore bombardment. That's obviously silly. Let's just put the capital class vessels there. We're actually going to return to port. Obviously, if we are actually in a war with a significant enemy navy, that would be idiotic, but we're not, so it's fine. So, again, yeah, 35% bonus from shore bombardment on both their defense and attack. A bit short on steel. I will get a bit more from the US. Stuff timing out. Okay. So the river crossings so far are working. We have taken an unfortunate number of manpower losses. Almost all of them in this this loss right here. Other attacks not costing us a huge amount of manpower. So should be pretty good. We're filling this, presumably. Yeah, we could be anyway. Breakthrough there is imminent. At which point, yes, I do want all of these guys to cross, and we will immediately move north and south to try and encircle the rest of these frontline positions, and then we can think about some momentum. In the skies, our superior planes range, I suspect, is what's granting us the efficiency bonuses here. Cool, 97, there we go. Across we go. It's going to take us another day to cross. We're not exactly speedy. Not exactly speedy on that. Pay rate of soldiers. This is one way to spend that. I don't think we need to spend command power on that, though. I think we're all good. Of course, we have some unassigned air wings down here. We have a fair amount of fuel. Maybe I should train up my air wings a bit, allowing for some surpluses, though. Maybe split this into 100 and a 50, and fast bomber. Yes, just go down to 100 on that because we're not making any more, so it's the only way they're going to get replenished. Carrier fighters. I don't want to train carrier fighters actually. Yeah. Just the light bombers. Well, I don't know, maybe I do. Maybe I do want to train the carrier fighters, but the thing is, because they're going onto the CVs in such kind of odd numbers. Oh, we're not in the business of overstacking. Can you even set these guys to fight exercises? Enabling civil war missions. It looks like no. But is that because this carrier is, if we put him in the training fleet. Now can I put him on training? No. What I could do though is fly them off the carrier. God, carrier fighters are slow. And then we could have them train. And then we'll put them back on. I think we should do that with all of our carrier fighters. So main strike force, where you at? Down here. Fine. So you guys, and also we're not using carrier CAS on our these things, CVs, carriers. Okay, good, and we'll just tweak these. I'm gonna go a little heavier on fighters, I think. Oh, this one's huge. Yeah, we're gonna go a little hard on the old fighters. Because I want to be a bit conservative, basically, with my carriers. Did I go too high here? Yes. There we go. Cool. We'll let them reinforce. Small treaty. Short. Still fighting us here. Making progress there, which is good. Not across the river just yet. Wait for that daily tick while also watching for that crossing. A few more came in to resist. That's okay, though. Reinforcement tick. Nice. Okay, so they're all properly assigned. Now, I am going to take them off and train them up. Because I think we would like to, you know, we don't want green crew. Ridiculous. Train them up. Good. And here, once again, yeah, just crossing against some pretty weak infantry divisions here. Not a problem. Supplies-wise, we are actually looking golden on the front, supplies-wise, so... oh, there's the crossing. Let's, resisting here, but airbase there, which I would love to yoink. Let's send our best division there. These guys, I'd kind of like to leave them, actually. I think... Isn't there a new setting? Or is that in the next update? I think it's in the next update about how much it reorganizes men on your front line. I'm really looking forward to using that to basically tell it to not do precisely that. Because as is, I need to, like... do things like this. To tell them not to take people out of my salient. Basically. Might still want to move him out of there, but... Yeah, it does. The larger unit tiles in Black Ice, they're not as bad. Ah, these guys are turned around. Right, we're going to have to have a go at them then. The larger unit tiles in Black Ice are worse, in my opinion. There's no reason to make them bigger. It's showing the same amount of information as, you know, to the same degree of effectiveness. Effectiveness? Efficiency. So I don't really see why the extra size there is beneficial. Alright. You carrier Cass, we are going to use as just Cass. Because we're not using carrier Cass, so I can train them up in their big squads. Landing is succeeding here, but that's a lot of reinforcements coming in. Yeah, I don't know what we'll be able to do against that. Okay. Slowly making headway here. Not reinforcing in time. I mean, those radios would be really beneficial, of course. Well, we are up to 2,000 radios now, so... Yeah, let's do it. Oh, and mortar teams. Weren't even in. Interesting. Handheld anti-tank. May as well throw it in the mobile battalions. Radio equipment. Okay, we can't afford it in the infantry battalions, but sure, let's just throw it into the division HQs. That should give us some reinforcement bonuses. There's them encircled. Not going so hot on that attack, so let's pause in position for a moment and clear our rear. And yeah, supply still looking pretty good. There's this hub here, so you can only handle one more guy. It should be someone experienced, preferably. Get them in there. The rest, I think we should actually deploy as another army. Where are these guys? Ah, yes, that's right. Waiting to reinforce here. But you get a commander. He looks good to me. Do you like offensive doctrine? Excuse me? Oh, I made it a under a field marshal. Whoops. Meant to put you under here. Okay, and what I'm thinking of doing with these guys is if this naval invasion lands, I could jump them just like here, 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 and just really extend the front down a bit. And supply-wise, that's not amazing, of course. So yeah, I think we'll just play it a little safer than that. 9 people. I mean, we have the supply hub capacity. We have the truck capacity. Let's just be having you here. And let's see what we can do to achieve that river and the supply hub beyond it. Just get yourselves down there pronto. If you could support attack there. I don't want to support attack across the river for obvious reasons. Alright, so airbase taken. That's going to seriously erode their ability to fight me in the air. In fact, those light bombers that I sent over there to train, let's pile them in here on close air support. Get some serious attacks going here. Already doing a fair amount with them. Those Marines are doing their best. Okay. These guys moving in. Easy damage here. These guys getting a little bit deorged, but we've got the sizable reinforcements. Let's have them strat redeploy over. That should be fine. And these guys will be arriving momentarily. I think with those new CAS arriving here, let's have some CAS helping out in the north. Or at least some close air support happening in the north. Okay. And these guys, even without org and without planning preparation bonus, I do just want them to start trying to make that headway. We may render this naval invasion obsolete by just invading behind the peninsula, but that's fine. It existing will have significantly weakened their ability to be able to be around here. These guys rushing into position are sufficient to hold us back, at least momentarily. Let's keep them pinned here. We might be able to do a sneaky little encirclement on them. Supplies still looking completely fine. Can I demotorize this without causing problems? I bet I can. In which case I could motorize this one. Yeah, I could. And that being the case, maybe we throw in some mobile divisions here, trying to make a dart south. Because if I could cut this rail connection here, that would be really good. And then, with a little bit of connecting over, we've got, yeah, big railway hubs down. If I could take here even, that would be, that'd be excellent. Let's bring these chaps over. And obviously, you know, just once it becomes too much, supply-wise, we'll just stop bringing the guys in. We can send people out. That's fine. They're not. It's not like they're serving some vital function higher up. Looks like I'm actually gonna be able to win that one. Nice. And pushing them back here, and that's their capital, which means actually maybe a little bit of a more determined offensive there is in order to try and capitulate them. Might let us yoink that supply hub out from under them and cause them some real problems. Alright, we did manage to cross here eventually. Took its blinking time. Let's adjust these front lines a bit. How many men have you got? 11. So you should switch. Sorry, you should switch over. Who else you got? Okay, we'll have one bit of overlap here. But now, the more organised of these ones should immediately begin the offensive. Just following the railway line. The others we will allow to reorganise for a moment more. And yes, pushing in there. How goes it at the ports? Nice, good. Starting to seriously lower their combat width in that fight. Meaning that we're going to be able to have them beaten up pretty quick. I'm a little bit concerned about my transport ship production. I think I would actually like to up that quite significantly as the next couple of things. Warrior traditions, that's amazing. It's giving us 10% attack. That's gonna, and we wanted bicycles next. That 10% attack is going to compensate for the penalty we're currently getting from the Marco Polo Bridge incident, because we're not escalating, remember, to try and avoid American war support growth, basically. We're going to escalate this war by winning it, is my current big brain strategy. You guys coming down here, good. And if you lot, some of you could cross, then we'll be able to use you as the encircling forces here. Just trying to get, yeah, that rail connection, if possible. Yeah, not managing to oppose this advance seriously, and that's like another one being knocked out. Yep, and the cav just about to go. I mean, it took a long time, but we didn't. Looks like we didn't take massive casualties in this naval invasion, which is good. I think actually maybe my marine should be a different theatre. This is like the sea theatre, because I'd like to see their casualties separate. from the rest. There's the allies getting formed. Yeah, so on land we've only lost 3,000 men. On land, you know, apart from that naval invasion over here, obviously. Pretty good. Pretty good stuff, honestly. I think we're doing relatively well so far. Yeah, so the northern guys, if you begin this here, you can just keep heading south. We have kind of ended up with my better general and better troops taking the less important front right now, but if we can grab this supply hub, that is important. It certainly is important. You are right. This chappie, if you can go in here, man that, and you can go back to my territorial guard army. And you don't have a general right now. Right, you don't need a general because you get pulled out of it into another army when the border conflict starts anyway. There's the landing. Yeah, 1,000 men lost in order to take that that port. 6,000 taken out on the other end. Not too bad, I say. Not too bad. Meanwhile, cavalry. Let's see what we can do with some cheeky little naval invasions along the north of the Shandong Peninsula, just to suddenly present them with a much longer front line that I strongly suspect they are not equipped to handle. Pretty silly that I can't assign them directly to the new one when I've assigned them all to one, but oh well. This is not so cumbersome. There we go. Alright, we'll get those planned. 7 days. It might be that these position invasions have become redundant in 7 days. That's okay. If they have, it's not a problem. We are going to start the move out here. I am going to put these guys back in port because presumably they're using a fair amount of stuff. Navy current consumption 900 a day. Is it only if I move them that it starts consuming more? Yeah. That doubled the consumption of the Navy. Does stationary... I don't know the answer, actually. Do stationary fleets use fuel? Heufel. When fighting or when stationary during strategic redeployment. Fuel. Shoot fuel. I can't tell, to be honest. Fuel usage. I'm not sure. I could... How could I test this? Oh, obviously. Okay. I think maybe they just use more fuel when they're moving. But if I... Why can't I tell them to go here and stop? There's no way to tell them to stop in place? That's really weird. Okay, anyway, they're using 2,200 fuel. If I let them dock... Let's see. Navy use goes to 767. And if I put them here, it goes to... Okay, it only uses 200 a day to have them sit here. So I'm going to have them sit here and provide shore bombardment for the Shandong offensive. I think that's a fine idea. Now we're trying to cut down here with the Marines. And we've got a little bit more supply here. So I will grant the Marines 1 infantry division. Oh, hang on. I bet a bunch of that is this thing. Yeah, okay. Actually, you guys, new plan. Go home. And get disbanded and merged. That's not what I meant to merge them with, but not the end of the world. They are going home still? Yes. Yeah, go home, use less fuel, and provide me with more supply room here. You guys can come in. You guys can... Oh, sorry, not you. Although, is this a decent infantry division? No. Use Cav. I'd still kind of like to launch this invasion, naval invasion style. It seems fun, right? But the mobile guys can come in, and then the mobile division plan is the one that those guys can join if and when they successfully... I don't know why it's doing that. There we go. If and when they successfully manage to land. Come on over. My only partly motorized division. Okay, you guys can wrap this up while supporting the southern offensive. Just do a quick little river crossing back up Nice. Okay, got the supply hub under control. Love to see that. We can now finish acquiring the train line. They are holding us at this river just for now. That's fine. Let's push them back to it. In fact, actually, better idea. Let's see if we can, excuse me, hold. Ah, we're on pause. Hold, 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 please. Hello, hold. I wish you could also issue cancel an attack order the same hour you send it. Don't really understand why you can't. Is this a supply hub? No, just their new capital. Oh, it is a supply hub, but only because it's their capital. Right. Yeah, get those guys knocked out as soon as possible. And then, yeah, if we can drive them a step back from the rail line, that would be good. Because if they attack us and we fight on the rail line, there's risk of damage to it. So I'd rather have them a little bit further back from the actual line itself. Munich agreement signed. We'll see how that works out. No prizes for that one. So these are our CAS. Nowhere great for them to sit right now. So yeah, if they could, let's split them. That's not how splitting something in half works. Thank you. If you could train up a bit. I find myself in a probably brief period where I have enough fuel. So, and the ability to import more. So we should, I think, and I could definitely be wrong, but I think we should get the most out of trying to train with what fuel we do have. These guys are getting there. Okay, and we're cutting in here pretty effectively. We are getting pretty distant from a supply hub. This city needs to fall, basically. I think I'm going to have to try and make that happen it's going to be a kind of life-expensive method. Cavalry, I think, will be better placed down here. And let's adjust their plan. They should be on a spearhead order, and we're after that rail network right there. Rail hub, rather. They are holding us off here. Cavalry could stick around just for a second to assist with that. That would be good. Okay. Oh, nuts. Okay, I'll be right back, just pausing. Right. Welcome back. Welcome. I think it's the same, yeah, same episode. I'll edit. Hello! Welcome back. From your perspective, nothing happened at all. There definitely hasn't been like a 2-hour break while I eat dinner. God, those guns are loud, huh? Alright. Keep the advance going. Take those motorized vehicles and let's get a rolling. Now, I don't think I want to do anything here. Once the Malinchov-Ribbentrop Pact gets signed, we can, well, honored, we can get the non-aggression pact with the Soviets. I can push them out of these mountains. They have some artillery in that army. I'd rather not fight it, if possible. I think I will just stall there for now. You can divert like so to allow us to keep on rolling. Yeah, so once we take this province, I will launch the three-pronged attack on Lai Cheng, I guess that's pronounced. Something like that. Alright, doctrine research. Can't quite do World War II tech yet. Unless I wanted asymmetrical warfare. It lowers organization and recovery rate is the problem. And increases supply usage. That seems not worth it. You do get less out of supplies. We're not going to get many of our provinces under control by the enemy, I suspect. So I don't think we're going to go for this. And I can't do this without stormtrooper assaults. Okay, so it's some more World War I tech. Unless I wanted to get, finally, some air doctrine, maybe. Just a single little bit of... No, I think I'm going to stick on land. Attrition is good. Planning speed is good. Reinforce rate is good. Let's get reinforce rate and attrition for now. I am probably going to want to fill out all of the World War I tech in the fullness of time. You should be coming south. You're going in here. Good. Let's bring the cavalry in. Supply-wise, yeah, we need to take Licheng. There's a hub here, right? No? Where's the hub around here? God, there's not one for miles. Oh, here it is, sorry. Okay. No connection to capital. Because why? Should have a connection to the capital. Oh, no, here we go. 11 days for this, maybe 15. Is it 15 days to rejig railways? It may vary based on various factors that I'm not aware of. If we can push these guys further up, opening up our push to get deeper in here. There is a rail connection out to Taiwan, I guess that's pronounced. Let's see if we can get out to Taiwan as soon as possible. That'll be good. Let's just close up this here pocket. And then we'll launch our attack across the river. Meanwhile, over here, supply still looking fine. Naval invasions are ready to go. Let's give them a go. If they don't succeed, I can always just cancel them. It's not like we're going to take heavy losses just from a brief attempt. And these two look like they're going to land unopposed. This one is going to land with help. Yes, indeed. Good. And these guys can keep on rolling through to Qingdao. Nice. If you keep cutting along that railway line, yeah, you may as well begin the run over here, though I suspect the cavalry are going to come along and overtake you. We don't need to push into these mountains. There's no supply lines. There's no railways, rather, up here. So once we take this supply hub, I think these guys are doomed. They're just not going to have enough supply at all to sustain those positions. That being the case, once we take these positions... Actually, let's take this tile as well. They're putting up quite a fight, but... Why is it so low? Oh, yeah, guerrilla tactics lowering my combat width, but they won't be able to stop the multi-prong. Once we take this tile, I may hand some of this over to the Northern Army here, under Nishito. And that will simplify things for us. Cool. If you guys could all get assigned to this. Oh, but I didn't mean to activate those other battle plans. My bad. Okay, and you could come. Excuse me, you could come here. Good. Okay. Cav, let's work on getting that encirclement in place of the city, and that will also give us, since some of those are involved in an attack, maybe we try this and this simultaneously so they're not able to back each other up. This is a tough ask here, but I'm hoping if we can get some reinforcements in from the other side, we'll be in good shape. Now, we have got some divisions left in reserve, don't I? I've got no divisions in reserve. That's not great. Got any coming out? Yeah, just short mounted artillery, which we're taking out when we go to these guys. So these are the new ones we should start deploying. Only ones that we have equipment to train. These guys can come out without the artillery. That's okay. You guys are short. Yeah, that's artillery. That's fine. You can come out without that. This guy, no. He's short amphibious invasion equipment. I'm not going to send him without that. So you two, let's start considering some invasions in the south. I seem to see some undefended ports. Let's teach them the error of their ways there. Where is the biggest ports around here? What have we got? Can I see on this one? Yeah. We've got a level 1, level 1, level 1, level 5 here, and we can seize Macau. I think we're going to go for Panyu. Then presumably this one's, yeah, level 3 here, 3 here, 3 here. This one's pretty good. If we took Shanghai, we'd really screw up their rail connection. So I think we're actually going to... Let's see what we can do to take Shanghai. Excuse me. Thank you. See if we can do a naval invasion of Shanghai. If I could have you assigned there. Good. 4 divisions? Which 4 divisions have been assigned to this? Ah, 2 of you from up here. Yeah, that's okay, actually. If you guys fall back and join that, we've got other divisions available around here. The Marines should do marine stuff. So we'll refocus them on that task. Send some of them down to Taipei, ready for the next naval invasion after this one. What just got invented? I didn't even see it. Must have been something industrial. Next industrial works, maybe? Trying to get some of this supply range stuff going on. Dockyard output and production. I mean, these industrial techs are so strong. They're very, very difficult to resist. Let's have you take the southern road. Since we've got that infantry there, might as well push you back a bit. Where are you going, bud? You should be assigned down here, as the rest of these chaps are. Yeah, good. Any of the rest of you anywhere weird? No? Good. Okay, so these reserves are going to support the Shanghai invasion. So let's have them ready to go in Nagasaki. I will have them in a new army under the Marines, ready to support their Order of the Golden Kite. Good stuff. Okay, and you get your support attacks in. This is a tough fight, but it's partly just to stop them reinforcing this fight, which it looks like we are slowly managing to win in. So you keep going. There's the encirclement. You guys can reinforce straight in here. You actually should probably just reinforce straight there. Encirclement's coming for Qingdao, which is actually their capital right now. Oh no. Oh yeah, sorry, of course. It's the capital of the Shandong clique. Shandong clique. So that makes a lot of sense. I could just shorten this front line a bit if I could take this province. It's a tough fight into the mountains, but our troops are just so much better than theirs, so that we can take these tricky fights. There's the fall of Beijing. A little bit late on that news bulletin, but there you go. We can overrun them here as quick as we can. Shandong represents a large port. Yep, size 5, so we'll be able to import a bunch of new supplies behind this river line that they're currently causing us some problems with. And this supply hub, indeed, is going to fall into our hands. Trade with the United States terminated due to low trade influence. So there we go. The US, I guess, has just taken some kind of big relations hit with us. Why is that? The Pan A incident has just happened. Okay. We could improve relations with the US. Try and get them to chill out and keep exporting stuff to us. But for now, we will switch over to getting our oil from Venezuela. It'll be much more expensive this way, because we had a special bonus, like trade relationship thing with the US, but embargo the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia? No. I guess we might want to import oil from them now I think about it. Another couple of little naval battles, just transports. Transport should show up as a separate thing than a full-on naval combat, in my opinion. I don't think we need the scouts at sea anymore. Have you got any ships left? You got one. You got one light cruiser. Okay. Scouts, you can stand down. Let's preserve the fuel. Seems prudent to me. Planes-wise, people are assigned more or less where I want them. Once we get Qingdao, we'll get the airbase there, and there it is indeed taken. Let's get the cav coming over here as quick as possible. Get me that airbase. Yeah, struggling for supplies once we get to the edges of our operational regions here, but that's to be expected. The war in China is always going to be a little bit brutal. Okay, the United States is demanding apology for sinking the USS Panay. Refusing Americans will be seen as a show of strength domestically, but is it worth escalating tensions with the United States of America? I mean, you know what? I'm gonna save in case we just lose immediately, but I'm really what's the historical outcome? Because I want to say no, we will never back down. Panay incident. The Panay incident was a Japanese bombing attack on the USS naval gunboat Panay and 3 Standard Oil Company tankers on the Yangtze River. They strafed survivors in the water. Jesus, that's messed up. The boats were rescuing US and Chinese civilians fleeing from invaders attacking Nanking. Jesus, I mean, I know that this goes without saying. At least I really hope it goes without saying, but Japanese in World War II. Really nasty stuff. Anyway, Tokyo officially apologized and pays a cash indemnity. Okay, well, historically, they did apologize. So I will lose my 100 political power. I don't want to go to war with the US right now. We're not ready for it. But if they historically didn't apologize and, you know, didn't get declared on for quite a while, I would have gone with it. But I don't want to risk an early war. We're not ready for it. Haven't got our big daddy battleships deployed yet. Okay, there's our supply situation, very much improved. So what we might do actually is push to, you know, take the supply hub, push forward, take this supply hub, and then mostly advance round here, sweep through these open plains. Just keep them on the back foot where we can. Moving in here nicely with them pinned north and south of the supply hub. It's costing us to pin them there. Got them here though. Okay, I'll let these guys finish their moves because then we can take this tile. Actually, let's launch that offensive now. I want to shorten the front line so I can free up some infantry to move south. It's my main objective at the moment. Yeah, this cavalry. Let's try a little bit of a reckless encirclement play. Seems good to me. You're supporting already. You're moving in. Anyone crossing the river in our way direction? Doesn't look like it. These guys happy to stand there and get encircled. Another research slot, huh? Yet more industry. I would like to just flat 10% base stability. I mean, that seems pretty nice. Plus the chance to get sick. You know, if a general gets sick at the wrong moment, it can be pretty bad. How many days left on this? 90. Let's get concentrated industry first, though, because 25% output is very, very hard to turn down. Okay, so these fighters, they're defending Korea. I don't think the Chinese have fighters available to bomb me with. Sorry, bombers available to bomb me with right now. So I am okay with transitioning some of these guys over here to China. They are fighting me in the air. They've got a surprising number of planes, but presumably they're not very good. You have to imagine, right? I keep not reading what these researches are. That was that one. This one, I think. Was it something over here? Yeah, it was this one, actually. I'm going to get construction 3. Could be good. Also, really want these road networks. But let's get construction 3 first. Okay, the mechanized infantry can come straight to the city. Yeah, blocking up here to avoid our overextension resulting in encirclement. Maintaining those pins. Ah, damn. Okay, that's unfortunate. Let's pause this offensive. Well, I mean, we might pull it out anyway. There is Stormtrooper assaults. Now that is a big day, because that means it is time for us to choose a World War II doctrine. We want mobile warfare, superior firepower, methodical battle, mass assault, defense in depth, preferred defense, elastic defense, or attritional containment. No, sorry, that's right. You can pick 2 of these. I do kind of like prepared defense for all the soft attack bonuses. Defense in depth, I like less. I do like the factory bomb vulnerability, but I'm not expecting to fight on core territory very much. Elastic defense. Reinforcement rate is so nice from that. And the division speed. Just raw defense coming out of there. I think elastic defense is looking like the one for now. More air superiority and bonus in combat. I'm not convinced we're going to be able to beat the American Air Force. So I'm not counting on that. I think we're going to go elastic defense. But then on the offense, it was really got to be superior firepower, I think. Because we're not going to have very many tanks. None, in fact. So I think it's mostly about tanks. And then mass assault I don't want because I like experienced soldiers. Less attrition is great. And yeah, the infantry combat width down is very nice. What about assault operations? Recovery rate. More breakthrough. Recovery rate. Breakthrough. Recovery rate. There's a lot of recovery rate in here. You know what? I'm tempted by assault operations. So what we're missing is it's only got 1% soft attack. Basically, let me zoom out a bit. So this is sounds of battle are less noisy. There's also all the command stuff, which we should probably... Actually, I think I might start the command stuff first. Because the command power gain, the leadership experience gain, and the organization from that is big, and it takes a while to actually get through it all. And the regimental doctrines... I mean, I want those too. I want to grab the infantry training techniques, but... You know what? There's a lot I want, so... It's tricky. The weekly war support and stuff down here is so nice. And yeah, supply consumption, supply grace, fuel capacity. Oh man, there's so much good stuff. There's so much good stuff. It's one of the cool things about Black Ice is that there is genuinely so much tech you have to actually make decisions rather than just research everything. Do we go with superior firepower or assault operations? Well, we're not using like heavy artillery and stuff, are we? So let's go with assault operations, because we don't have the economy to support massive artillery barrages, especially because we're committing so much of the economy to the Navy. I should probably only research this when I actually have the 100 army experience to spend. So for now... Well... it's tricky. It's tricky. No, start on that. I might actually commit both of my doctrine slots, both of my MISC slots to doctrine. Also, I think once carrier hull is unlocked, that one might get hard locked to doing doctrine as well. The reason I'm not doing much with my spies, by the way, is because I find it boring. It's not a tactical decision, just in case you were curious. Okay, cutting in here. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep trying this attack, but with 4 infantry divisions coming in to reinforce. No. Call it off, reorganize, rethink, concentrate some infantry in the area, take these 2 tiles first. That's the way to do it. Alright, we've pushed them out to a much more favourable front line now. You'll move in there. You can be reassigned to this. And now, I'd like to push them back from these 2 tiles. So everyone who's not going north, if you could cut in here, along with these 2. I'd like to take this tile and this tile, and obviously we're already taking this one, and then we have a nice, short, defensible front line from which we can pull a lot of those divisions out, transfer a bunch to this northern army, and be in good place. There's bicycles. Oh yeah, and you are not reserves anymore. So you should get the normal. Wrong one. Doom, doom, doo-doo-doo. That one. There we go. Okay. Good stuff. And national focuses wise, Kodo, we remove Imperial Austerity, which grants -4% consumer goods. We get a new one, which does -4. Why don't you just modify the original one? Anyway, which also gives us 10% stability and 0.2 weekly stability. Yes. Please. That's amazing. I know there's other options I should probably consider, but that is so good that I don't mind not considering them. This division is actually really low organization. Let's see if we can punch through here nice and quick and get a little bit more progress on that front. How long until you get there? 7 days. We will be there before then, right? Yeah, very shortly, in fact. Nice. Okay, serious playing advantage here now. Obviously, us taking out their 240. Oh, Manchukuo is helping out in the air skies. Nice. Good job, Manchukuo. They're doing pretty well there. You reassigning down here. That's not really what I had in mind. If you could stay there and... Why would you reassign down here? Look, what if I do this? Stay there, because I want you to try and help with the city capturing, but now you need to reorg, yeah. Silly goose. If you could come down here as well. Yeah, I'll give you an attack order, and then you'll stay where I put you if I give you an attack order, at least. Oh, Manchukuo appears to have some men. No, no, no. Hand them over. Bunch of cavalry down here. No using my supply. And you guys should garrison this and this as well. Okay. Now, we should consider occupied territories. Republic of China, obviously, the average occupation has gone down quite a bit. We've got some draft dodging going on up here. We are happy with this thing, but yeah, resistance target of 50% is pretty intense. We'd rather not have emboldened resistance, and they are, of course, all going to feed off each other. I think we don't worry about it for now. We just carry on trying to push forwards as hard as we can, as fast as we can. But once things, when and if the front line ends up kind of slowing and stabilizing, we're going to have to make some serious decisions about that. Right, these guys pushing up. You have reorganized a bit. Let's have you at least pin those guys in place, and you can help. Now we can finally close this up. Yeah, you just rush all the way along. City is going to fall soon, which gives us supply, denies them supply. That should swing everything in our favor. Such as siege transports. Okay. Good. Now, imports. Steel not looking so hot, but Manchukuo's got me. Good stuff. Are their focuses to prospect for oil in Manchukuo? That would be handy. You can get some fuel. Oh, we get free fuel storage in Manchukuo if I do this. And some steel. Fortifying the border. Doesn't really matter. Aluminium. Not sure of aluminium right now. Getting some compliance in Korea. But there's like almost no factories here, so it really doesn't matter how much they comply. I think we'll just stick on the kind of warlike focus tree path. You guys could head on up here. That'd be good. Although I did actually need you, didn't I? Let's have this guy come across and help instead. Narrower combat width here may actually advantage us. Excuse me. Okay. Alright, closing that up. Moving in here. The city has fallen. Marvelous. Marvelous news. Yes, this infantry army has gotten badly overextended. And you don't even have an attack plan anymore. That's shameful. Okay. We could actually... Well, no, I don't want to push into their forts. There's no reason to. Okay, they're not forts there. Whatever this is, pillbox defenses, but still. No need to. Alright, we can stop that attack because we can encircle them here. Easy peasy. There they go. Good. Don't allow them to make any headway back. And the cavalry, where are you going? Where do you think you're going? Ah, down here probably. Yeah. Alright, you two. None of that. Get yourselves reassigned here. Get across that river. Hold that. Okay, so now you guys... We should keep motorized, but this one doesn't need to be motorized. Motorizing it, does it just extend its range? Or does it actually make it deliver the supplies faster? I'm not actually sure about that. Let's have them reinforced there. And this reinforcement should lead to a win there. And now that we're here, we can push here. Okay, good. Which means we can start doing this kind of thing, because this attack is already a win. And these guys can start heading south. So where we're actually going to want these guys, our next push, I want to take this supply hub, thereby cutting the kind of east-west connection, which will be good. So if you five, sorry, can come down here already and join that offensive, that will be grand. Okay, taking the city. This attack has won. So pushing in there. Let's try and push south. There is the carrier hull advanced. Nice. Now, anything else I want before I build this carrier hull advanced? Do I, for example, want the next open hangar? I think I do. We don't have much experience anymore, and fuel just got a lot more expensive. Do I really want to spend 50 naval experience when we're not gaining much these days to get this? I think I do, because there's not much else I need to design for a while, really. So, yeah. Open hangar is what I'm planning on going with, just because we can just have crazy numbers of planes. And again, we should be screening our battleships. You guys, that's clearly not going well. Let's call that off for a second. How long until you can get in there? A day? How long until the reinforcements coming north? 2 days. Okay, good. I like those maths. And yes, I'm referring to 2 greater than 1 as maths. You have a problem with that. Okay, you can go in here. Actually, you can go in here. You can come in here. Nice. Good stuff. You guys can strat redeploy, please. And let's wait for them to come in before we keep this ball rolling, except this tile, because it just looks takeable. And there's that pocket, which means you 2, you 3 can actually start this, and we'll do it with a whole bunch of extra angles, just to really solidify that speedy victory. Good. Not trying to feel falling, not at breakneck pace, but pretty well. Pretty well. If I wanted to switch these chaps to the T2s, we'd need more light artillery. More light vehicles. Okay, so it wouldn't really help. Well, no, I think I do want to do that, actually. And then I'm going to worry about production at the end of this one. But yeah, we're not going to build our advanced carriers or our light carriers yet. I'm going to wait. We've got enough tasks for our capital shipyards just now, so we're not in a desperate hurry to get that going. No, they are pushing us back here. Got the infantry reinforcements coming in here. How many have I got left on this division? 6. 6 should be enough to take Taiwan, I think. Okay, yeah, pushing in there. These guys spreading out. 1 per tile. Ah, darn, I didn't realize I was still going to have to garrison here, but that's okay. That means you're... yeah, 1 guy moving down from there. That's fine. Fine, fine, fine. Okay. In the air, I think our planes are still allocated how I would like them. Yeah, the heaviest fighting is down here, even though there are some hairy fights going on up here. Let's see if I can force them out of this tile while they're on the offensive. Catch them at a good moment. I think I'd like you 2 just going straight through here. Some Nobel Prizes. Congratulations to the winners. Is now really the time. Excuse me, you 2. Like that support attack, please. Everything else looking pretty good. Got him here. Moving there's good. 100% war support. You love to see that. How is our spy over in America going? Up to 45% intel. Can't see too much about them, but I can see some counts. It's useful. 2 to 9 is a bit of a broad carrier count estimate, I must say. But, oh well. Yeah, call off that attack. We're going to... I think maybe the cavalry. Yeah, if the cavalry could pivot over to the east, I'd like that. And you guys as well. And then we can use the cavalry in this nice open area here. Whereas these hilly areas, I think I'd rather have the infantry being the mainstay of my offensive there. You've already got him coming across to help with that. Good. Okay, front line's getting established up here, which means each time we get a bit further, I can just put more and more into this northern army. Have them hold it down. You're not needed there. Let's have you help here instead. He's heading in. He should be... Well, let's go here for now. Strat redeploy him down to the south section of that bit of front line. You guys keep stopping, which I guess is because people are retreating from here to here and then restarting the corresponding battle. How is the cavalry template? Remind me. Very small. Okay, good to know. Right, that was the ahead of time field gun. Nice. I think I would like the ability to put spotter planes and stuff, but we're almost in 39 right now, so I'm going to go ahead of time on the rifles, and then we've got the infantry guns, all kinds of other stuff we're going to want to get out there. I will upgrade immediately, even though it's going to hurt my... this is just a check. This is light artillery, yes? Yes. Even though it's going to hurt my production efficiency. Ooh, only a 20% production efficiency loss. That is... sorry, absolute 20% to be clear. That is... tasty. That is a lot lower than normal. Oof. Bit of a tough nut. Let's crack that with a few more people helping out. Where's the next supply hub in this region? Just there. Okay. Yeah, if we could do a pincer attack down here, crossing the river, that'd be good, but probably a bit optimistic. Let's try a... let's concentrate our cavalry forces for a second and see what we can do there. You could do with a few more men. Well, I mean, actually, I'd rather they were under this guy, so he's the better commander. Okay, naval invasion is ready to go. Fire at will. Let's see if we can get Shanghai. All 4 Marines involved in this. Looking like it could be good. Okay. What else? Getting them back to the river here would be good. Let's see if we can make some moves there. Send that guy actually full on attacking. Cavalry moving over to the east. Victory here. Not quite. They just keep bouncing back and forth. Crazy. We need to start an attack on this tile, really, to prevent that. Have you guys start trying to cross. That should do it. Okay. I feel like the war in China has been really enhanced by the supply system. Like pushing for supply hub, like specific supply hubs and cutting railway lines and all that good stuff. It really feels impactful. It's fun. It's good fun. We need this supply hub to fix up our position. Speaking of, we need that supply hub to fix our position over on this side of the front. It would really help out our kind of northern defenders that are holding the line here if we could have some improvements to their supply situation. You get assigned here. And then this tile would be nice to hold as well. It is mountainous. Let's see. No, we can still do it. It's going to cost us a little bit of manpower. But I think that's okay. Let's begin the assault here. We're not going to win it on that attack. But when these guys are here to reinforce, and these guys are here to reinforce, I think we'll be in a better position. Okay. And we're not pinning north of it. It's a costly offensive. You know what? Momentarily, if some of these guys could switch up their deployments to assist with that fight instead, I think that would be good. And you guys can redeploy into that airbase as well. Getting some serious air cover in here would be would definitely be advantageous. That's a bit problematic. No, it's got reinforcements coming, that's fine. And we got them here, nice. So one of them hold. Okay, and maybe we see if we can take G, but I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that at all. Right, so you're the infantry that have been left behind, aren't you? Yes, let's change up our frontline management, if you can call this management. Which army is this I'm moving? The wrong one. This one goes all the way over here. That's mental. All right. There we go. Bit more sane now. You guys are pushing down to this river line as your immediate objective. And obviously we now need to switch things up a bit. These both the same. Yeah. So this one can get assigned to this one. And then extended across accordingly. Good, that should simplify things. And now you guys do stay over here, but if those naval ones could get switched over. And what happened to the other naval infantry chappie? Ah, he's assigned on this, okay. If you could get that closed up, that would be grand. Those cav coming down here. Maybe spreading them just a touch, help keep that front line coherent. What do you got here? Alright, so you shouldn't be there. You should be assigned over here, and you two, likewise, should be assigned here. Joint industrial policy, working well with Ecuador. Cool. You guys go there. And these guys, yeah. As thin as that line, I think, can sensibly be, really, at the moment. I think probably the series of attacks is here, 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 to get that supply hub. But we are going to try here first. Here, 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 obviously, being the alternate route. Not happy about this salient. We could pull this guy down here. I'd feel quite a bit happier. And there's that close. 2 of you onto here brings us to 8 divisions here. We don't need that many. Let's get these 2. Send them over this way. He is now overstacked by 2. So we'll just swap over who's responsible for this tile. And in the north, this guy can go there. Like so. Okay, if you support that attack for a moment. Let's make sure we get that dub there. Nice. Alright, I'm going to call it a part there. Thanks so much for watching. Going pretty well. We got our World War II doctrine tech coming out. The invasion of Japan. I mean, for the first few months, when did we start the war? Can you tell? I forget. I can look at world tension history. We declared the war in July. So we haven't made a huge amount of progress in quite a few months. We would like to see some acceleration. I think once we take these next set of supply hubs, I'll focus on some micro-pocketing activity. Basically just not doing these kind of broader pushes, but really focusing on trying to do some serious pocketing, thin out the Chinese numbers. And the fall of Shanghai is going to, should anyway, play merry hell with their logistical situation. But until the next time, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.